What's up, YouTube? Hope everybody is doing well. Things are going fine here. I've got a good news for my appointment that I finished up. Instead of every 4 weeks, I need to be seen every 6. So that is blessing. That is so wonderful to hear. I am driving through Durham, and I gotta admit, there's a bit more traffic than I anticipated. Now the stores seem to be relatively empty. Not Food Lion. Food Lion is packed, but all things considered, it doesn't seem like things are as quiet as I would have expected them to be. Rumor has it the Durham city government is planning on doing a shutdown order today. Don't know what that entails. I won't know until I get home and read the news. But, I just want to say everything is fine. Right? Everything is fine. Life goes on. It's just some changes. There's nothing really to worry about it. As Yoda says, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. We got nothing to worry about. Jesus is still on the throne. I will say, if you got nothing to do at around 7 p.m.-ish, 1900 hours for those who don't speak the AM and PM. At 1900 hours tonight on Antioch Baptist Church Timberlake's YouTube page, there will be a video uploaded. It'll be Pastor Glenn will be giving us a hopeful, encouraging message, whatever the message is that God has laid upon his heart. I encourage all of you to tune in and watch that. He's a great teacher, a wonderful instructor, great pastor, man of God, and I think all of you could do worse, that's for sure, than to listen into him for 30-40 minutes. So if you don't have a Wednesday night service, and I know most of you don't, I would highly recommend tuning in to that service and getting some Jesus in your heart. Otherwise, things seem to be going pretty well. Other than the rain keeping me inside, not able to go out and ride my trike because I just don't want to deal with getting wet and cold and all that fun stuff. I don't really have much planned today. Obviously, I would usually go to church on a Wednesday night, but since church is not available at the moment, we have to make do with what we've got. So on that note, I just wanted to say, for all of you who are social distancing, stop it. I don't know why they call it that. I don't really like that term, because to me the term social distance is social distancing, and we should not be social distancing. We should be physically distancing, but we should still be socially connected. In this day and age, we have the ability to social connect via all kinds of telephone, text, iMessage, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Hangout, WhatsApp, Viber. I don't know who uses that. I don't. Telegram, Signal, just to name a few, right? So if you're social distancing, I don't think you're doing yourself any favors. Physically distance, stay inside, stay physically isolated from the public, but don't social distance. Don't lose connections with people. Those connections with people are important. Without them, you start seeing morale issues, you start seeing mood issues, you start to have a degradation of your ability to communicate. And I'm not talking about long-term isolationism, but we definitely need to be a part of the church. even though we're not meeting at a location, even though we're not meeting in person, we people are still the church, and we need to be encouraging one another. We need to be reaching out to one another. We need to be talking to one another. We need to be sharing the love with one another. And we can't do that if we are isolating ourselves and we're not using technology to be able to actually talk to one another and even video chat with one another. There is something to be said with the ability to do video chats. You can see someone's facial expressions. You can see their face. You can hear their voice, see some of their body expressions, and I think that is important, especially right now as we are in this time. So please keep in touch with one another. Reach out to friends. Reach out to family. Reach out to your loved ones. Tell them how much they mean to you, and just continue to share the love. And remember, we are supposed to be Christians, little Christ, and that means we are to share Christ's light. Christ's light indwells in us, and we should be holding that light high so everybody can see it around us. And people need to see the hope that we have in Christ, and we need to not be living in panic and living in fear and living in worry. We need to show people that there is hope out there. There is a better way out there, and that better way, of course, is the love of Jesus Christ. So please take care of yourselves, take care of one another, take care of your health. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure if you do go into public, make sure you're careful with what you're touching. Fomites are the germs and the virus that lives on surfaces, and make sure you're sanitizing. Make sure you're wiping stuff down. And if you're gonna touch your face, make sure you've at least sanitized your hands first. But remember, wash your hands. Be careful out there. Stay healthy. And God bless everybody. Take it easy.